Democrats in a 1973 memorandum and an October memorandum under the Clinton administration that you cannot indict a sitting president. Not that this president would be, that's not my point. As a matter of constitutional interpretation, for 44 years, that's been the position of the Department of Justice. We've had law professors, homeless people, would-be law professors all over TV and radio talking about obstruction of justice. We've had media types talking about it. We've had members of Congress talking about it. It doesn't matter. The official position of the Justice Department is we don't charge a sitting president with a crime.
All right, the great one, Mark Levin, on our program, June 20th, 2017. He worked as Ed Meese's chief of staff. Ed Meese was the attorney general, explaining Department of Justice policy. We've been saying this forever on this program. Mark broke it right here. Joins us now, host of CRTV, Levin TV, and Life, Liberty, and Levin, the #1 show on Sunday nights. Great one, Mark Levin. How are you, my friend? I'm getting really ticked off because you're right. You have all of these people. Yesterday, big news. They can't indict a sitting president. No kidding. You've been saying it for over a year. We've pointed it out repeatedly. The media's gotten every aspect of this wrong. They have ignored the real crime, the real abuse of power and corruption scandal in this country. And they've been on a witch hunt that is now going on over a year. And to me, this has to come to an end, and some truth needs to come out, sir.
The Mueller investigation, oddly enough, Sean, has revealed that the greatest perpetrator against the American people was the federal government. The greatest perpetrator against the American people was the federal government, was the FBI, the CIA, National Intelligence Director. And this is a very, very important issue. Of course not. And I want to take this to the next level, because the President of the United States will not be indicted. And if he is, he'll take it to the Supreme Court and he'll win. All that said now, we cannot allow this to happen again. We saw our federal government used by the prior administration, by the head of the CIA, by the head of the FBI, by the head of National Intelligence, and many, many others, used to try and destroy the candidacy of an opposition candidate in another party, Donald Trump and the Republican Party. That is, the president's administration, the existing administration, interfering in the elections. We've never seen anything like this before in American history. So here's what we need to do. We now know that the Obama administration spied. Look, it's the Obama administration. He's the president. The buck stops at his desk. He may be playing around with his library in Chicago and going off and writing a phony book and everything. He's to be held responsible, and his surrogates are to be held responsible. The FISA court failed us. The FISA court failed us. We have these national security letters that are supposed to be used in extreme circumstances being used. We have a cabal of FBI agents who took it upon themselves to investigate a candidate and his campaign. And then we have, of course, actual spies, one or more, in the Trump campaign. What the hell is this? The Soviet Union, Venezuela? It's the United States of America. So let me say this. Once Mr. Mueller turns over his report to Mr. Rosenstein, the President of the United States should do two things. He should pick his favorite United States attorney, not favorite because they're pals, but the most professional, most competent, most aggressive he can, and give him an assignment. I don't care what Jeff Sessions does. He's the president. And tell him, I want you to investigate the activities that took place in this election. Let the chips fall where they may. The interference in this election by the FBI, the CIA, the National Intelligence. I want to know what Brennan did. I want to know what Clapper did. I want to know what Comey did. Not because I'm going to punish them. You'll make determinations about
Susan
this.
Rice.
But something is terribly wrong. More. I also would tell him, and I've said this before myself, we need to fix this. We cannot have another election where the federal government, our United States government, is interfering with an election. And so what I think the president needs to do is appoint a commission of 5 or 7 people. I told you this on your show a long time ago. Top-notch men from prior administration and women, and appoint them and say, fix the FBI at the top, fix the CIA, fix the intelligence agencies. We cannot allow this to happen to another president of the United States. The hell with, sorry, Jeff, with Jeff Sessions and all these other people. The president should take the responsibility
Don't
himself.
apologize.
You're talking about spies in the Trump administration? You're talking about
Mark,
a failed FISA court? This is incredible stuff.
You talk about the spies. It wasn't just one FISA court judge that was given phony information that was never verified, never corroborated, never were they told that Hillary bought and paid for this information with a foreign agent. Where's Congress? Why won't Congress bring these FISA judges before them and demand to know how they feel about being lied to?
I'll tell you why. Because unlike the Democrats, the Republicans scatter like rats. They scatter. You have certain Republicans who throw in with the Democrats because they want to destroy this president. They can't get over the fact that he got elected, and they can't get over the fact the American people didn't follow them. The American people don't even know who they are. But I want to emphasize something here so your guests in the future can repeat what I'm going to say, which is this. We need an accounting of what Mr. Brennan did, of what Mr. Clapper did, of what Mr. Book Salesman Comey did. We need an accounting of what Susan Rice did, of what Samantha Powers did. We haven't even gotten into the unmasking stuff yet, not because we want to get even, because we need an accounting. People need to be held to account. Number one. Number two,
Mark,
we need to fix these departments and agencies.
Mark, if we don't fix it, we lose our country. It's not a joke. It's not.
Good evening, Catherine.
Well, thank you, Brett. A source familiar with the draft described it as detailed, extensive, and thorough in the ballpark of several hundred pages. The timeline for its release is fluid but firming up, with tentative dates on the calendar for public congressional testimony from Inspector General Michael E. Horowitz the week of June 4th or June 11th. While the Inspector General's office is not commenting on the findings, the source said there is evidence of potential criminal behavior, though Fox News has not confirmed reports of at least one referral. When Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe was fired for lying to federal investigators, he told the Inspector General that he disagreed with the findings, arguing that his boss, FBI Director James Comey, knew about his engagement with the Wall Street Journal. McCabe claimed Comey wanted to distance himself from media disclosures because McCabe believed Comey was being investigated as a leaker. Comey was pressed on the allegation in his Fox interview.
Did the Inspector General interview you about your handling of the memos?
Sure, yeah.
Has
already. And I expect a report from them, not on the handling of classified information, because that's frivolous, but on, did I comply with policy? Did I comply with my employment agreement?
The IG's report began 16 months ago with bipartisan support, Brett.
Catherine, what's the latest with the House efforts to obtain these documents from the DOJ and FBI?
Well, Fox News is told that the Republican committee chairman and their teams are done meeting with the Justice Department about records, and with a subpoena in effect, the onus, they believe, is on the DOJ and FBI to make the records available. A senior Justice Department official said they had offered the Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes and the Oversight Committee Chairman Trey Gowdy a meeting today with Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, FBI Director Christopher Wray, senior intelligence officials, but lawmakers did not respond.
I think that invitation was just to come and talk again. We have asked for documents, 46,000 documents that Justice has told us we're entitled to get. We've received 9,000 over the last 6 months. At that pace, we'll be into the second term of President Trump.
The House Speaker continues to back the committee's request for records, Brett.